A hilarious new stand-up special from comedy legend Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, is coming to Hulu November 22nd. This Thanksgiving, see Jim in a whole new light as he gives you the inside scoop on everything from parenting teenagers to weight loss and gaslighting family members. For everyone in need of a happy hour, the new hilarious stand-up special, Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, premieres November 22nd, streaming on Hulu.
This Thanksgiving, Butterball wants you to really connect. Let's get back to sharing traditions together around the table. Let's talk like we used to. We'll help with the turkey so you can enjoy every moment. Visit Butterball.com for turkey tips.
Ask me, ask Iliza anything. It's time to ask. Ask me all your questions. Leave them in the Instagram comment section. Leave them on your Twitter or leave them on your Facebook. We'll see them, we'll read them, then we'll give you answers. You know it, I've got it. I've got the answer, you ask me. I'll tell you anything.
Today's episode of Ask Iliza Anything is brought to you by me doing a popcorn mukbang right now. So if you are into it, turn your volume up. And if you are not into it, don't turn the podcast off, but pull your car over. Here we go.
Pull it over.
Ready? Hi there. I'm just going to be eating some popcorn. Get up on this microphone. Here we go. All right, forget it. There's some dudes that are like, oh, let me get the lotion and the tissue. And then I just... Someone else is getting off to me coughing.
Oh, God.
Doesn't it sound like rats having dinner? Oh, pass the champagne.
Why are these rats having such a fancy dinner?
Do you know that that's something I do? Okay, I always feel like a creep when you have something in a relationship that you did in your other relationship and you carry it over. Uh-huh. I have a myriad of voices and characters and they sort of morph depending on the person I'm dating because they bring in their own thing. But there's this voice and I can't say my last boyfriend did it because he wasn't really goofy, but me and my husband do it because I've been doing this voice for the past decade. But I have a thing that I do. It's called the rats having dinner. And it's a little bit of a turn on because someone's whispering your ear and that's an erogenous zone. But it's really more of how long can you stand me imitating two rats having a romantic dinner in your ear before you get weird. So it starts like this. Pass the sausage. I love mustard. Oh my goodness. What a scrumptious dinner. What a scrumptious meal. And I get deeper and deeper in your ear until you can't handle it anymore. And then you come everywhere. No. And then you just stop, tap out. If I did it to you, which I wouldn't, I would never get that close to you, you'd see. You'd see how weird it is. I encourage every girl here, do that. Do right in their ear canal, softly imitating two rats sharing a sumptuous meal. Okay? It's a little bit like this. It's very enjoyable. Or soda water. Oh, how fancy.
So this is a big night out for these two rats.
It's a big night out. Could be a big night out. Oh, homemade chicken. Don't mind if I do. Oh, a sock. I love to eat a sock. I was in D.C. a couple weeks ago, and they have rats there. I mean, they have rats everywhere. But I was passing a garbage can, and their garbage cans in downtown D.C. have slats, little metal slats. And I walked by a garbage can, and there was a rat in there. And I obviously freaked out, because that's a weird, jarring thing. And as I ran off, I saw the rat take its little hand and grab the bar as if it was in a jail cell. This little pink clawed hand, free me. I don't know how he gets out of the trash.
They're so cute.
Okay, whatever. Do you know that Michael Jackson song, Ben, the Jackson 5 song?
Yeah, from that movie.
Okay, well, it's about a rat.
With the mean rats, or the one rat, they're friends with that guy.
Not Wilfred. What was it called?
Oh.
Willard.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's our point of reference for, what's his name? The guy that played Willard. Come on.
That wasn't Elijah Wood, was it?
No, the guy
Was it Crispin Glover?
Yeah, that's our big point of reference. That's how most of America was introduced to him.
Yeah.
Crispin Glover,
I know him
2006 Times
from
Sexiest Man of the Year. All right.
Charlie's Angels. He was not Sexiest Man of the Year.
Times, because Time Magazine definitely does a Sexiest Man of the Year.
That was not the part that bothered me. I was
All right.
distraught that you would call him sexy.
Let's get it cracking. People have questions. People's boners are dying down from that popcorn mukbang rat thing I just did.
Okay.
Let's crack it.
Leinenbach 88 says, everyone has a scar from something they did stupid when they were younger. Mine is on my finger from when I stuck my hand in a blender. Do you have any stories behind any scars you may have? / what is the stupidest story you have heard explaining a scar?
By the way,
Are you going to chomp this whole time?
no, I'm not, because I remember I did someone's podcast once and I was eating baby carrots and they almost hung me in a public square. I'm sorry that sound engineer didn't get their shit together
What, and come in and scold you?
and say, hey, this is upsetting. And said, I just got the hate mail. And I would do it again, because fuck that and fuck them. But when I first started reading her question, she was
Yeah.
like, scars from when you were younger. I'm like, oh, this is going to be about a breakup. She's like, for example, my finger is fucked up. So I don't have a ton of scars because I don't take a lot of physical risks. But I have a scar on my knee that kind of turns purple when I get cold from dancing on top of a speaker in Spain when I was 16. And the wall was like poorly crafted stucco. And I smacked my knee against it. And it was like a sharp swipe of stucco. And it ripped a gash open in my knee. And I didn't go get stitches or anything because I was in like a foreign country. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. And I was 16.
I don't know if I blame the wall. You shouldn't have been up there.
No, that's why it's stupid, because I was
right.
dancing. I was
Having
a
a
big
good time.
big proponent of dancing on speakers. Like if we were out for like up until probably age like, you know what? I'm going to go 34. Like if there's a stage or a speaker or some elevated surface where I can move my body and everyone can watch, I was always up on it. I also have a gnarly hole, literally a millimeter to the right of my shin bone, because I went with a boy that thought I was cute, and he was an upperclassman, so it made me nervous. We went to the mall, and I, because I'm an animal, like swung from a tree planted in the mall, and it was in like one of those metal grate potters on the ground, and I came down, and there was a metal spike sticking up, and it stabbed me right in. It was like an inch in, and I just ignored it because I was so embarrassed, and I kept walking, and at one point he was like, Iliza, is that blood like soaking your sock? And I looked down, and it was just gushing. And so he took me home, and I got to my dad's house. I was there for like a holiday, some Jewish holiday, and my dad did not take me to the hospital. He's like, we have our service first or something. He's not particularly religious. I just think he didn't really think about it. And now I've got like this weird dent in my otherwise perfect gam.
Ugh.
Perfect gam. Popcorn time. Let's take a popcorn break. Check a traffic. Does it sound like a helicopter?
No,
Does it?
not. I mean,
The
I'm looking at
405 is
it.
fucked.
I'm
Thanks for
looking at
tuning in. All right, fine. Next question.
Sounds like angry emails coming in is what it sounds like.
All right, no more popcorn.
I mean,
No more
you're not
Pipcar.
going to slurp up the crumbs you left on this table.
No, this table's already filthy. No more pogrin.
Stefan_NJ. Iliza, it feels like everything is remade these days. In your opinion, what movie and what TV show other than Frasier should not be remade and remain untouched and merciful? Sorry about the underscore in my username.
I love when people apologize for that. I don't know, but what we need to stop reinventing and revisiting the vampires and the 3D stuff. Every couple of years, it's like, oh, have you heard about 3D? Nobody wants it. There's a reason it goes away and comes back. And it's not the McRib, because pork bellies are at an all-time low and a corporation buys them and then they run out. It's because nobody wants to wear the fucking glasses. And with the vampires, every 10 years or so, there's like this resurgence of it. It's like, oh yeah, super sexual. Don't we all wish we could live at night? I'm also, as a pure feminist, not a fan of all-female remakes. I think that if you're trying to make a point, you know, and it also sucks because if that movie isn't funny, people then say, oh, women aren't funny, women aren't good or compelling. How did that Oceans movie do with all girls?
It did well, and I
Okay.
enjoyed it. But
That's cool.
here's the thing.
What?
I have the best idea for an all-female reboot, or at least a female-led reboot.
Okay.
Okay?
You're like-
Pirates of the Caribbean,
They all come over to my house.
instead of Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow, Rachel Weisz.
Okay.
You saw the favorite outfits, that gun,
I guess.
her as like a drunk pirate.
I don't think she was going to put those Victorian clothes back on.
Yes, she would.
I also don't want to hear your hate mail about what. Am I a little butthurt that I wasn't in the all-female Ghostbusters remake? For sure. But I do think when it comes to comedy, which is super subjective, being like, it's going to be all women just for the sake of it. And it's like, how about no one considered women before, but now that we're considering everyone, I don't know. It's just, I don't see, I write movies that are a lot of women, but I don't set out for it to be like all girls, no dudes. I don't know. I
enjoyed Ocean's 8, but I will say it did feel a little bit like they were trying to fill a quota. Like there were too many characters. They're like, we got to have
those are the Ocean's movies.
Right. But
Also,
it was just like, I don't know what's happening.
Props to Cardi B, because in her recent twerk video, it's just all, I thought this was interesting. It was all women twerking. There was not one man in the video. And I thought that was kind of cool. It was just girls like putting their butts on everything on a yacht. And there wasn't one guy. And it didn't take or give anything away from it. It was just like, oh, cool. I mean, hot dudes are cool, but hot women are cooler.
Yeah.
Their bodies were out of control in that video.
I
watched that video, mouth agape, just like I should never be naked again. My God.
You love online dance videos.
I love it. I love twerk videos.
You like twerk, you like step teams.
I do love step teams because it's such, as a white person, like there's no, I get no anxiety because I'm like, I will never be that.
Yeah.
That is not, it's just not, you don't see a lot of like upper middle class Jewish girls doing it. I tried doing it a little bit on Semester at Sea. I memorized the first 3 combinations and I was like, this is so hard. I love watching that. I love watching like black marching bands. I love watching like African American like fraternities and sororities because they have like dances. There's something cool about just staring at another culture, just fucking wrecking it. And you're like, I can't be part of that, but I really enjoy watching it. I don't even want to appropriate it. I just want to watch. Because that is so cool.
Just like mukbang. Do you feel you're appropriating
I'm going to
that?
participate. No, because that's just eating. And I would like to think that people feel the same way about klezmer music and cantors.
Is everyone trying to steal that?
You know what? You'd be surprised the amount of rap songs that do have. You know that song, Give It To Me, I'm Worth It? There's like a little clarinet klezmer, like, like it is Jewish, and nobody calls it out. So
Now you
there you go.
have.
Now we've
Good
shared.
work.
Fall has fallen, winter is on its way, the days are shorter. But just because, well, they feel shorter. And just because the days feel shorter doesn't mean your to-do list gets any shorter. You still have to power through your busy days. And a great way to do that is with nutritious food from Factor's no prep, no mess meals. At the end of a short day in the fall or the winter, the last thing you want to do is have to cook. Factor has got you covered from breakfast, snacks, dinner, anything in between. Factor has easy, nutritious options to keep you fueled, like their chicken Florentine with spinach and garlic chili cauliflower. You bet. That's what I want to make myself at the end of a day where I am exhausted and my husband isn't home. Whether you like routine or you enjoy mixing things up, Factor has you covered with 35 different delicious meals every week and over 60 additional convenience options you can add on, like keto cookies, pressed juices, and smoothies. And because Factor meals are chef prepared and dietitian approved, you're going to love not only Factor's meals taste, but also how they support your goals, even if your goal was just making yourself dinner. Head to factormeals.com/Iliza50 and use code Iliza50 to get 50% off your first box and 20% off your next month. That's code Iliza50 at factormeals.com/Iliza50 to get 50% off your first box, plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. The holidays are here. And for a lot of us, the holidays mean decorating, hosting, celebrating. For me, it means a lot of traveling. And nothing feels better year-round, but especially during the cozy holidays, than a restful night's sleep in soft, luxurious sheets. Boll & Branch's signature sheets are made with the finest 100% organic cotton, and they get softer with every single wash. You already know that I got Boll & Branch this summer when I needed breathable sheets to sleep in, but this holiday season, I'm actually gifting some of my friends and family Boll & Branch's Ultimate Softness Bundle. I get to choose a signature hem sheet set in any color, a signature hem pillow set, and a waffle bed blanket. And they're all getting juniper because I think it's a classy color. This way you know you have something nice to sleep on when you visit. It's the perfect gift for you and them. Gift you and your loved ones a better night's sleep with Boll & Branch. And right now is their best offer of the entire year. For 25% off plus free shipping on your first set of sheets, head to bollandbranch.com/Iliza. That's Boll & Branch, BOLLAND branch.com/Iliza for 25% off. Limited time only, exclusions apply. See site for details. So finally, fall is here. I have been looking forward to it. I have had a hard year in a good way. I had a baby. I have been on a nonstop tour, nonstop traveling, and it's been hot. So I'm looking forward to, of course, pumpkin spice, everything, cooler weather, and slipping into a cozy sweater from Quince. I've talked about Quince before. Quince has beautiful leather jackets, cotton cardigans, soft denim, and so much more. All Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Dressing expensive doesn't have to be expensive. Their clothing is beautiful, it's durable, it stands the test of time, and it's what I like to call a capsule wardrobe. I got an Italian wool cocoon coat. That's one of those, it's got like a European collar and it covers my butt so I can walk around New York City and not be chilly. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices. Get cozy in Quince's high-quality wardrobe essentials. Go to quince.com/Iliza for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/Iliza to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Iliza.
Aqua Otter says, I'm planning on quitting my job that pretty much takes me for granted. What is the most extra way for me to quit?
One word. Fire. You set a fire and you walk out of that building like Angela Bassett in Waiting to Exhale. Or is that Stella Got a Groove Back? It was Waiting to Exhale where she sets the fire. Anyways, that's what you do. I mean, obviously it's a joke and I have to have that disclaimer because people are crazy.
Right.
You know what? Here's the thing. Because I've had this question before. Mm-hmm. We all have fantasies about the way you're going to tell off that friend, break up with someone, tell your boss to go fuck himself. You probably won't feel good for having done it in a crazy way. And I caution you about leaving like a maniac. I don't know what kind of business you work in, but usually like information travels and people remember names
or
and
you
things
might
like
want to
that.
go back.
You might want to go back, or you might want to, if you leave like a lunatic, the couple people there that you like might remember that and not want to work with you. You will not feel better for having, you're never going to be like, and fuck you, Dan, and you are the worst, and quit looking at my tits, and you're not going to leave, and Dan's going to be like, wow, that really gave me something to think about. I wish you'd come back. They'd be like, lock the doors, take away her security badge. You'll just feel better soul-wise if you leave with dignity and take the high road like Michelle Obama.
If you go
when they go low, we go, okay, fine.
If you go to the Reddit Pro Revenge,
you can see this is a great thread.
Oh, well, I'm just saying you can see some stories where the people that are doing it in a good way, like have built up cases and arguments, and there's something illegal going on, and they get them caught. Like you just saying, "Hey, I hate you," bye is not of any value.
Throwing your hat at the Wiener Hut and leave with a middle finger up if you need to. That doesn't matter. Also, that is my platform for running for president. I am pro-revenge. I am pro-choice, pro-revenge.
Well, because there's also petty revenge. So this is pro as in professional revenge.
I don't know. I'm pretty petty. I will. If you say something to me, I will hold on to that for months, and then one day I'll be like, "Wow, I thought you said you didn't like skirts."
You do.
Like, I thought I did like. Why you didn't say that 6 months ago? What?
You remember everything.
Don't mumble under me. It's not a clear podcast. I remember nothing, but if it involves slighting me in any way, I'm like an elephant. And I got a big butt. I will remember it. Because I generally think that I come to things with pure intentions and I try to operate from the highest light. And when people are shitty or can't control their fucking faces or intonations and things like that, it hurts my feelings. Like, it just takes so little to not be a jerk. So when you're a jerk to me, I'm like, me? But I came unarmed. And now I'm pro-revenge. I know people know what I'm talking about.
People know. What if when I quit, had told you, I hate you, bye? I wouldn't have been able to come back.
It would have been hurtful because I let you have water 3 times a day. I'm really good. I'm really good to you.
Like
I offer to brush your hair.
hamster.
Yeah. What more could you want?
No, I'm glad that I just said bye and cried, and then I was able to come back.
I think you're afraid that you're going to work for me forever, and I see it as an amazing opportunity. And I think you're like, oh, this is all my life. But like, think about all the people you're enabling me to reach and how awesome that is for me. That I'm draining you of your youth. And I'm growing plumper by the day. Yeah, like collagen, like plump it up. Speaking of collagen, I add my own collagen protein. What are the names of the smoothies we get?
Daily Harvest.
from Daily Harvest.
You put in collagen.
That's one of our
What is that?
sponsors.
Is that like a powder?
Oh, how old are you?
Is
No
it a
one knows.
goop?
26-year-old wants to know what collagen is. Oh, you don't know because you're surrounded
27.
by it. 27, yeah. It's the stuff that makes your face plump
But
and
how
nice.
do you? I know what it
It's a
is
powder.
in a body. I don't know how it's extracted and then put back
It's
in
in
your
a powder,
body.
and
so
then
then
you
you
just
drink
drink
it and it gets sucked up into your face.
I mean, it's probably bullshit.
it doesn't sound real.
But you know what? It doesn't hurt yet.
No.
Yet.
Okay. No, but
I add it though to my Daily Harvest because you blend it yourself. So I add bee pollen and collagen.
Well, I understand.
And a
There's
little-
something I
little bit of cat pee.
understand about beef pollen that I don't understand about college.
Oh, okay. Well, if you don't understand, then we shouldn't do it.
No, I'm
So we
just
shouldn't bathe or eat wheat or drink water. Oh,
Mrs. Boilermaker asks, "How can a grown-ass woman learn to like shopping? My wardrobe sucks. I don't know what I'm doing and how pieces go together. Sometimes I can pick something I like, but it won't go with anything else. P.S. Stitch Fix does not ship to Canada."
whoa! Shaming on Stitch Fix. Well, first of all, your handle makes it clear, Mrs. Boilermaker, that you're a drinker, a real guy's girl, and that's a dude drink. Female comic marginalizes drinkers, categorizes drinks as female or male. A Boilermaker.
Boilermaker was a fight move.
No, you're thinking of a haymaker.
Oh.
A Boilermaker, Scott, correct me if I'm wrong, is a beer and a shot of whiskey, right?
Yeah, totally. But it's also a college team, right?
The Boilermakers?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Idaho.
Like a
or
Division
something.
3?
Yeah.
Yeah, Idaho. Who cares?
Some fringe team.
I thought you said French team. I was like, probably. I also stalked your account. Sometimes I do this when I need more information, Mrs. Boilermaker. And although blocked, your profile pic is you in a halter top, so you're a slut. No, it's you in a halter top, so you aren't totally devoid of style sense. Someone that has no idea what's going on would not wear a halter top. So I think you're being a little hard on yourself. When you find the right brand or types of clothes, then you kind of don't hate clothing. And when you find what works for you, then you can mindlessly order online. Like I know I love high-waisted black jeans. I love a good t-shirt. And that really helps to narrow it down. But since you live in Canada, perhaps what you need is a clothing mule. So that's like a person who needs $50. You can pay them to carry your Stitch Fix order over the border. I suggest moving, somewhere just, near one of these states at the top. You go up upstate New York or something. I don't love shopping either, but sometimes I'll take like half an Ambien and I'll do online surfing and then I'll follow accounts for clothing ideas. I just wrote at the end of the sentence, you don't like it. I don't know what that means. But I think it's easy when you're not a girly girl. It's easy to, we take some comfort in saying, I don't like fashion. I don't get it. And sometimes I do, but if I'm around someone that really doesn't get it, then I'm like, I kind of know what's going on. You have friends that love clothing, and you have friends that are great at fashion and picking out stuff. Invite one of them over, go through your closet. You'd be surprised what you have and what you don't have. Also, no matter what time passes, no matter where we are, there are classic items, essential items, jean jacket, white t-shirt, black jeans. So fill those items in your closet. You want staple things that you can dress around, like a black skirt goes with a lot of things, I also, this is such a good hack, go on Pinterest because you could type in gray jeans, brown boots, and you see how other people are wearing it. The amount of times I go on, I'm like, oh, that's how you pair army boots with cutoffs and not look like you're in a raunchy video. So lean in to the women in your life and ask them for help because you do have friends that do like shopping. And when you find a store that works, by the way, not all stores are made for all body types. I work out, I cannot wear anything from Madewell. It just does not fit my hips. And so someone might be deterred. You get there and you're like, oh, this doesn't work for me. The more expensive you go, oftentimes the better it's made. So maybe check out your price point and examine things within that. Also, tailoring. It's so huge and it's such a secret no one talks about. I will get a t-shirt tailored because not everything is made for everyone. Buy it large, take it to a tailor for $12. They'll make it fit you perfectly. It is the secret hack. So no more to things not fitting. You've got a tailor. Some small Armenian woman down the street for you will hack up your clothes and make them fit you perfectly for a small fee. That's my answer because I don't love shopping either. I like buying stuff, but I think most clothing is stupid. I don't want to wear big floral print. Leave me alone.
You're wearing quite the t-shirt today.
I'm wearing a t-shirt a fan gave me. It's several pictures of my dog with a picture of them.
Right in the middle.
The couple that made it right in the middle. And I'm wearing a scarf a fan made me, and I'm wearing a hat from a diner and a pair of free pants and shoes. Free shoes. So
Oh, wow.
If not for the fact that these things were given to me because I have a career, I look fully homeless. The socks I did purchase.
Oh, you bought those. Good work.
I bought these Hanes black socks.
Okay.
Super cool.
CJS12. What's your favorite ice cream flavor, and what do you think should be an ice cream flavor?
Wait, let me take a hit off this bong.
Ugh.
Right? It's so good. It's just water. My favorite flavor is strawberry. I know that is boring to some people, but a good strawberry is outstanding. And oftentimes when I find myself craving something with like caramel or chocolate, it really means I just want regular food. Like sometimes I look for a substantial ice cream, and that means I need to go eat a salad. I am going to say an unpopular opinion. I think we have too many flavors. And I think lavender is fine as a sedative, but it doesn't need to be in all these artisanal ice creams. That was the thing. When my generation started taking over and having their own creameries, lavender was the first like experimental, we're putting this in everything. It's enough. We get it. Nobody wants to eat a fucking pint of lavender. Okay? So chill out. And you know what is actually really underrated? A really good vanilla. They are not a sponsor, but I would love it if they were.
There's the little black specks up in there.
Those are vanilla beans. And that's not if you have like a French vanilla, but Strauss Creamery. Strauss, look them up. They make the world's most superior vanilla ice cream. Put that with like some sliced up fresh peaches. Bob's your uncle. You don't need flavor. And this goes back to Miss Boilermaker. When you have a good basic outfit, you don't need all the bells and whistles. You got a great t-shirt and black jeans. Oh, where's she going? Who's she eating with? When's her record deal dropping? So, Strauss, try it. I don't know if you can get it shipped to you or if it's your local creamery. It is a game changer. Actually, my favorite flavor ice cream is rainbow sprinkles, and I don't care what's beneath it. I fucking love rainbow sprinkles.
I know. I've seen you come back with just sprinkles sometimes.
I love the texture of them. I love eating these little pieces of sugar plastic. Tasty.
I was on the phone with my Nana once and just read her items from the Salt and Straw website.
Oh.
They had some like chef residency thing where it was like real blood and then a chunk
for
of
Halloween.
dirt. Yes. And so
Yeah.
I was just reading her and I was like, Nana, guess what they charge for this? She was like, oh, LA is so crazy.
She's like, first women are voting. Now there's blood in my ice cream.
I just read her the entire menu and she just was aghast.
I shudder to think what your favorite flavor is. It's a McFlurry mixed with a blizzard. It's called My Tits Are Freezing. And I'm eating this ice cream.
No, I
What
can't
is
make
it?
a choice.
Okay, well, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to
Be
see
like
you have a
cake
mental
batter,
breakdown.
perhaps. I mean, a solid vanilla. I've gotten at those yogurt places, like you get a vanilla, you put some blueberries on and some honey. Excellent.
You've never done that.
Yes, I have.
You have a discarded McDonald's cup in your car
It's
every
not
day.
discarded. It still has Coke in it.
Even more disgusting. And you are never doing, oh, honey's a natural sweetener. You're like, oh, does Nestle make a honey? That's what I'll eat. Don't lie to my things.
That's not what I always get, but that's what I have gotten.
Speaking of honey, this girl sent me a mukbang video of a girl, like an ASMR girl, eating a honeycomb just because there's a like that.
Ugh.
And I know this is awful. My only thought was those bees work so hard to make that honeycomb. And now
They
you're eating
did.
it so dudes can like jack off.
I think I saw that same one, and it was so surprising how crunchy it was, right?
It's not crunchy, actually. It's liquidy. So it's like, because it's wax. So it's not crunchy, but it just sounds like that. Because like in your mouth, like things
I thought they
resonate.
were churching it up with some After Effects there or something.
They might have churched it up. But it's also like,
There's a
I think,
Foley artist like crunching gravel off
oh my
to
God,
the
that's
side.
so funny. I also feel like everyone watched her eat that and they were like, no one asked for this. Like, you're just eating wax tubes with bee work.
No, but those gifs of people scraping the side of a
Very
honeycomb,
satisfying.
so satisfying.
I love bees. And we thought they were bad when you were little. Kill that bee. But they
No,
need
they're very
their little
important.
furry bodies.
My parents keep bees.
Like in the home.
No, they have the things outside.
I have a bee. I have a 14.8 pound bee sleeping in this in the
She
corner
is
of the
not
studio.
contributing to the environment.
Dog poop is fertilizer.
Ugh.
No matter where you leave it. Even on a sidewalk.
Well, great.
Next question.
Isa M says, are there any foods you avoid while you are on the road? I know the royal family is said to avoid shellfish to reduce the chance of food poisoning. And I am pretty sure they just truly, I don't think they're allowed to eat shellfish. I think Meghan Markle had to like stop. Like,
Well,
it's-
she's pregnant, so you can't do that when you're pregnant. I also would love to see like who's the press secretary it's such a British thing. Like, we avoid shellfish, and you can imagine why. Versus like, because of massive revenge diarrhea.
Right. Like, that's going to take the whole family out, and the country's going to have to shutter its doors because everyone's pooping.
I do think about that. Not as much as I never used to really, but just having had food poisoning once or twice or whatever, you don't want to eat like an atomic bomb burrito and then run on stage. You don't really want to eat and go on stage because you look a little full, because I eat like a lot at once because like winter is coming.
You don't eat all day and then...
but that's because like I'm sleeping or I forget or whatever. That's such an annoying... I forget, but whatever. That being said, being sick on the road is the worst. Being away from your home and being sick and knowing you have to go to work, nobody feels bad for you. There's no one there to take care of you.
And there's not like you can't be like, hey, I can't come into work today. Someone else do it.
Yeah, I'm painting the walls of this motel bathroom. Hot diarrhea. So I sometimes don't go for ocean fish in a landlocked state or oysters, like unless you're in like Charleston. I understand that most restaurants get their seafood shipped in. Like typically, if your restaurant is near the ocean, you're not actually getting your fish from that ocean. It is flown in. And that's like a misconception. People always think like, oh, we're eating on the water. The fish didn't come from that water. They're not fresh unless you're in like a Maine lobster hut. So you try to give yourself a fighting chance. I tend to skip oysters. It has to be like a really good restaurant. You could get sick, by the way, and my husband said this. Sometimes it's from the preparation area. Like it's something in the cutting board or the knife. It seldom is the actual animal, but you don't know.
Right, and lettuce has been taking everyone out.
Yeah, so it's a crapshoot. So enjoy your life. And take the risk of the dump. It's going to happen. You're going to have to dump out at some point.
I mean, and you eat it all. When you go on the road, you eat at fun restaurants. You try things.
Oh, you could eat after and then just, be sick in your hotel room. But I've been pretty lucky thus far. Yeah. So that's, you know what? I wonder if mass-produced food, like junk food, is probably less likely to give you sickness because it's all from like a chemical versus like, oh, this is farm to table. I'm like, well, who took a dump in that farm?
Like if I was
served it to me on a table
in an apocalyptic world, I'd be going for the Twinkies.
Okay, so you obviously think you are living in an apocalyptic world. I just see your house as just like these tubes like plugged into like vats and you're like, dinner.
No, I tried to get that Nilla wafer cereal, but they didn't have it, so I had to get honey bun cereal.
You had to.
I had to.
Load it up. All right.
At KL Beard says, if you walked into a room with the intent to kick someone's ass, like really give them the what for, verbally, physically, whatever, what song would be playing in the room while you did it?
What song would be playing in the room? I'm a big fan of juxtaposition of mood versus music, so I think Pharrell's Happy would be a nice juxtaposing song to split someone's fucking head open. Like very American Psycho. I think that would be, it would be a little, disconcerting for them. It would be eerie, and you'd hear that, and it'd be like, my body wants to dance, but my head hurts so much. So that, I think people want to hear like, oh, Crazy Train. But no, it would be something that is just so unsettling. Mm-hmm. And that would be that.
Yeah, very American Psycho.
I'm happy. Clap along. Ow, my tooth. If you feel, ow, my family.
You took out one tooth.
Curb stomp. American History X style.
Oh, boy.
Hey, you don't watch violent movies. You just watch movies about, like, women, powerful women.
No, I watch violent movies. I watched that movie Mandy with Nick Cage.
Okay.
Tough stuff.
Anyone saw that movie. So
a lot of people saw it, and they're complaining because it didn't get nominated. I hated it. Okay. Miss Waffles 11.
You know what the great way to bring conversation to a screeching halt is bring up a movie that, like, I didn't see or no one else in the room saw and then, like, talk about it. That happened. My husband did that the other day. He brought up that show Sex Education.
His new favorite show.
I had never heard of it, like most programming on Netflix, because there's so much. I'd never heard of it. I did not ask about it. And I think I said something innocuous like, how was your night? And he's like, watch Sex Education. It was really good. And I didn't say anything to encourage continuing that. I wasn't like, oh, what was it about? And he just launched into it. I think we're on FaceTime. And I was doing everything to keep my eyes glued to look like I cared. Because Lord knows the amount of mental runoff he has to endure from me. Babe, I'm telling you right now, I did not ask for that description. And I only have so much bandwidth.
Does he listen to this?
Yeah. This is how he's going to find out. I love you. Oh my God, I love you so much. Next question.
Well, you don't love people explaining a plot to you.
Yeah, I didn't ask and I'm not going to see it. I've got too many things to watch. we all need to respect, like, if I don't want your recommendation, like, I'm going to watch what I'm going to watch. The algorithm is there to feed me. Don't tell me about your show. I will hear about it if I'm meant to watch it.
Okay.
See you at home. I love you so much.
Miss Waffles 11 says, I had to stop
I was so mad at you. Okay.
I've noticed that, at least since I've had my babies, that I smell differently when I sweat. Maybe I'm just like getting older. I don't know, but I smell differently. And I don't love that. If I'm on set or if I'm on stage or if I'm doing anything like functioning in public and I don't want sweat stains or to be aware of my stinky, stinky pits, that's when I turn to Lumi whole body deodorant because it keeps me smelling fresh all day. Lumi is seriously safe to use anywhere on your body. Pits, under boobs, right ladies, thigh folds, belly buttons, butt cracks, your feet. It's clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours. How? Well, unlike certain traditional deodorants that may try to mask odor with a fragrance, Lumi is formulated and powered by mandelic acid to stop odor before it starts. Lumi's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash or deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get 15% off all Lumi products with our exclusive code. If you combine the 15% off with the already discounted starter pack, that equals over 40% off the starter pack. Use code Iliza for 15% off your first purchase at LumiDeodorant.com. That's code Iliza at LumiDeodorant.com.
A hilarious new stand-up special from comedy legend Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, is coming to Hulu November 22nd. This Thanksgiving, see Jim in a whole new light as he gives you the inside scoop on everything from parenting teenagers to weight loss and gaslighting family members. For everyone in need of a happy hour, the new hilarious stand-up special, Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, premieres November 22nd, streaming on Hulu.
I had to stop talking to my former best friend because she was spending more than $1,000 a month and every free hour at the floundering business of the guy who only allowed her to call him her boyfriend once she started spending even more on him. I told her that I would check back in a few months after she called to say she bought him a car. My question is, what do you do when you have to bow out of a friendship when someone is self-destructing and going broke before your eyes? I just couldn't watch anymore because it was too infuriating.
Okay, this is not going to be the answer you want, but like not everyone can be saved. Like, I don't know. I think this is like a transitional thing, 20s to 30s. You don't really think about the fact that like maybe this person doesn't serve a purpose in my life, and we outgrow people emotionally, spiritually. You can't take all your friends with you into eternity. Like, I don't know what you and that, like, did you guys witness a murder together? Like, are you bound?
Like, I know what you did last summer.
Yeah. Is she blackmailing you? If you care about her, that's fine. But if someone won't save themselves and won't take your advice, you have to just mentally separate. That person sounds so stupid. And we all make dumb mistakes in love. And if it's bothering you, like the fact that you're writing in about it, like you don't need to spend, I mean, I don't know what your day's like, but you don't need to spend that much mental energy on someone that does not want to be saved. Mm-hmm. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. So we don't have the rights to that song. That's my answer. Like, you can't bring all your friends. I've had recently, just going through this sort of spiritual awakening.
Oh boy.
There are people, it's tough too, because you're like, I like you. I don't wish you any harm. I just don't have a use for you in my life. And I'm okay with you not having one for me. Mm-hmm. I think people need to adjust to that. You don't have to be rude about it, but you can draw a line in the sand and be like, if you're not going to listen to me, I can't watch this. Sounds like you've also lost a little bit of respect for her. And so you probably don't want to be friends with this person.
Yeah.
That's my answer. You know the answer too. Like, you knew that. I think you just wanted me to validate it.
Right.
You want me to validate your mental parking. I'm so sorry. There's a problem with the machine. You have to go back upstairs to get some tickets.
Emily K. Grant also has a friendship question. Your good friend calls off the friendship because...
Wait, side note, how come boys never write in with friendship questions? It's always girls. Like, she really hurt my feelings, and I don't know. I like red. She likes to wear red too, but sometimes I don't like blue. It's never a guy.
No, I mean, I guess the guys will write in about relationship stuff, but yeah, they're not like, my bro is really going nuts for this girl.
Yeah, I think because dudes are like, whatever.
I wonder if they're like less enmeshed, and so it's more, they're
Totally.
more easy to just say like, I'm not going to talk to him anymore. No one would guilt the guy for not talking to the other guy.
They're also not as
anymore.
good with words.
Right.
Like very few guys are like, I'm gonna me talk pretty one day and write this in.
I'm just imagining going like, oh, hey, Doug, that chick sucks, man. Let's do something else here.
Right.
All right. Conversation over. Let's go get some snacks.
By the way, I just want to say this before we get on to this
Yeah.
person's question. The big fear with friendship breakups, or like when a guy starts, your friend's dating a guy and you don't like him, everybody's always afraid if I say how I feel about that person when they break up and then they stay together, then you're like, right? I don't have that fear. I had a friend and him and his girlfriend of forever broke up, and I never really thought about her because I'm like, that's your girlfriend. Like, whatever. It's a personal choice. And I said some mean things about her, trying to help him get through the breakup, and then they got back together. And I was just like, by the way, you know I'm here for you as like one of your friends. Discard everything I said.
Yeah.
You're the one that got, and he's like, totally. The fact that a friend would ever hold it against you, that you're like, well, when Kirk and I were broken up, you said he sucked. Now we're back together. Then that friend's a piece of shit. You're there for your friend. You're there to try to make him feel better. I made a bunch of stuff I didn't like about that person, just trying to get him through it. But I'll see her, like we'll go out to dinner and I'll be just as nice as I was before because I'm not the one having sex with this person. Who cares?
Right. I am
Who
great
cares?
at complaining about people, and then people are like, but you seemed like you liked them. And I'm like,
Oh, I'm the same way.
I was with someone and I was on the phone, and I forget. I was talking to someone that I didn't like, and I was at dinner with someone, and I just was like, oh, yeah, no, that's so great. And the person was like, oh, this. And I was like, no, I hate them. She goes, oh, I couldn't tell. I was like, yeah.
That was a really good act out. You guys should hear. That was great.
As I got into it, I was like, oh, no.
Oh, these people in the cars are like, oh, I'm so glad I listened to this podcast just to got the real picture.
We just lost some people.
Emily is so, I don't want to say duplicitous because you are a very sweet girl. Like, you're not, like, I mean, we make fun of you for being thorny, but your voice on the phone, the tolerance you have for ineptitude.
It does take a different octave.
Hi, we're just trying to get some paperwork squared away, and I was just wondering if this was the right person. Oh, thank you so much. You're just seeping saccharin.
We've driven through a few like parking places where you've been shocked at I was talking to you, and then my voice just changes completely in tone for the
You're
1
a
minute I'm
serial
talking
killer.
to them.
All right, next question.
And I get what I want.
It's, you know what? It's because you're from the South. You turn it on.
Oh yeah.
You're like, I fucking hate everyone, and I don't want to deal.
trying
Thank
to
you
remember.
so much. Okay, make it a great day.
I'm trying to remember if I did that to you.
You know what we should have my podcast sponsored by?
What?
My father's Instagram posts where he just randomly describes dinners he had at various restaurants.
Are these stories or permanent on the grid?
These are permanent. I encourage everyone to follow NYFred, the number 4U. Mm-hmm. Let's just take a break. I know we already have podcasts, but I'm just going to say that this next podcast segment is brought to you by my dad's description of a cheese and meat dish he had. Enjoyed my burrata brunch at Plano's Fabulous 60 Vines. This appetizer dish kills it. With fresh burrata cheese, thinly sliced prosciutto over crisp ciabatta toast, with hand-picked heirloom tomatoes on the side, and just the right touch of pesto sauce. Try this with any one of their 40 delicious wines on tap. On tap. Best brunch in DFW. Various emojis and hashtags, one of them being Dallas Foodie and Dallas Dining. He does not have stock in this restaurant. He does not
He's
work for
trying
this
to become
restaurant.
an influencer.
My dad is the hottest influencer, you know.
Wait, was he at the airport? Did he go to the airport just to eat? Like, no ticket? He just went in there and had some food and came back?
What do you
or
mean
that's
airport?
just how he's
Dallas Fort Worth,
DFW.
is
Oh, just DFW area.
Oh, okay.
That's what we call it.
That would have been a lot more exciting.
So we, as a birthday present, what I wanted to do was, I asked, okay, he calls his house. I'm not going to say my dad's street, so
No.
we'll just say it's the name of the street is Bluestone. He calls it the Bluestone Grill. Whatever the street is, he has the word grill. So he calls it the Bluestone Grill, and it's the idea that you go to his house and you eat. And so I was like, wouldn't it be funny if we made a Yelp page for my dad's house restaurant? And Hunter, who opens for me, owns a business, so he submitted it to like Yelp businesses, and I think they never got back to us. But to stock up the page, I called my dad and I was like, hey, just seeing. I was like, there's no way he does. I'm like, do you have any pictures of the food you make? He's like, absolutely. And I just got like JPEG after JPEG of these like poorly lit pictures of like steak and dad food. And I was going to have friends write in reviews and Yelp his house.
But then his house address will be
For sure. And they never allowed it because I think Yelp was like, this is definitely someone's home.
this is not above board.
But if you want to see my dad describing random meals he had and sometimes he does this segment called Fridays with Fred.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'll say he did a good job. That was a nice write-up.
sure. Like
I
a
mean,
write
that
up.
sounded good.
It's a write up that no one asked for. Like they have a menu that does fine.
He offered a pairing and everything. It was
Oh my
nice.
God.
Yeah, it's well spoken.
Yeah, there's another one behind it.
Oh.
Chef Jimmy is cooking up some great new dishes at Canyon Creek Country Club. This savory dish on the weekly special menu. Perfectly smoked Asian-style ribs complemented by crisp potato wedges and coleslaw. Mouth-watering and each bite a heavenly experience.
Oh.
Kudos, Chef Jimmy. Great job.
Great job.
So there's also a post of my face, and he like talks about how much he loves me, but it's a really bad picture, and it's zoomed in. So I just look like 10 pounds heavier.
Has there been a bad review yet? Does he post if he is disappointed?
You can see him on my Instagram stories yelling at someone in traffic.
Okay.
And it's one of
but
my
he's
favorite
not
things ever.
posting like these potato wedges were
Don't
soggy.
give him any ideas.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh no. Keep it positive, Fred.
Stay positive.
Emily K. Grant with her friendship question. Your good friend calls off the friendship because her shitty BF made a move on you and is now uncomfortable around you from what he did. What the F?
Okay, so basically,
I mean, so what do you do? What do you do
your
now?
best friend has a boyfriend, and he hit on you.
Yeah.
So your best friend was like, "You're not my friend. I don't believe you, or I don't like you. Listen to me carefully and be silent when I talk." Both of these people are worthless. Get new friends. There is no way, like, unless you're a school shooter, that, like, you don't have a friend. Okay? Get new friends. That girl is a bitch, and that guy sucks. There's only one version where, like, you are meant to be with that guy and he loves you, and that girl is evolved enough to be like, you know what? They do deserve to be together. If she's not listening to you or doesn't like you because she feels competitive with you, this is not your friend, and that guy sounds like a monster or just like a regular dude. So, goodbye. Run, do not walk. I am the Judge Judy of friendship decisions. Next. But it's like, why waste any breath on this?
No, I mean, that's it's very disappointing. It's natural to be sad about the ending of this friendship.
She
but
didn't ask
yeah,
me if she could be sad.
I'm just.
Is your best friend your mom? Is this about your mom?
Oh.
I'm just saying. I think you know that too. You want to
Yeah.
stay friends with this girl? Do you want to stay friends with a girl and like share an ice cream sundae with a girl that thinks you're a liar or that is jealous of you? And you want to see this dude? There's also a version where he didn't hit on you and you think he did. Like you're like, pass the ketchup. He's like, here you go. And you're like, what does that mean? And you're a psycho? Either way, both of those
think that's the
people are
situation.
worthless. Get rid of them.
Get him out of
I
here.
mean, how desperate are you to go to like a potluck dinner? Who cares? Like,
Is that what you do with your friends? Do you share Sundays?
I see
and
other
get
people doing
potluck?
it. I don't really have any friends.
I just
Probably because I
can't,
talk shit on all of them on my podcast.
I can't picture you sharing a Sunday with someone.
I won't share my food, but I will share your food.
Yeah, you're not a food
I'm
sharer.
very confident. Okay, I'll give you a bite of mine.
Yeah.
I seldom want a bite of yours. Or if I do, it means I want all of it.
Yeah.
But I'm very confident in what I order. Unless I'm eating with my husband, in which case I like whatever he ordered. And he loves me so much that he'll just like eat the sad scraps.
Oh yeah.
And that's fine. And that's fine. That's fine by me.
Yeah, I mean it works out well for you.
He
You're
doesn't
gonna
care.
Find him just gaunt one day. You've eaten all his food.
He is gaunt. And you know what? He's a chef, so he's already kind of picky. So he's probably thinking both dishes are mediocre anyway, so may as well give me the tastier one.
Great.
Everybody's happy. Everybody wins.
By Kelly L. Davis. If you're on a date or out with a group and someone you're with is a jerk to the server/bartender, how should you handle it? Scold the person for being rude? Apologize to the server while they're in the bathroom? Split the check and leave an extra big tip on your half?
It's a huge indicator of character. I think a lot of people do this on dates, like if the date is rude, you know? And it's obviously a superiority/inferiority complex. Like you need to exert your power over someone. I would say something. I would say something to the friend. You'd be like, hey, sometimes the friend will be like, oh my God, I didn't realize it. There's no excuse for it. We were at a dinner recently and the service was really bad. The waitress was really bad. I've been a waiter, so I always try to consider, like, are they really busy? Is she not supported? But she was objectively bad at her job. The managers were just standing there. Like, everybody was bad. Like, they were just bad. And the food kept being wrong. It's not the end of the world, but you are paying for something and you would like it to be right. And they brought out something and it was wrong. And we were sending it back to return it, like just to be like, I don't want it, take it off the bill.
Yeah.
And someone that I was with, it was like a lamb chop or something, and they had done it. There was a sauce on it, and my dad goes, "What is this sauce?" And she goes, "It's a grape sauce." I'm like, "You mean a red wine reduction?" Okay, so sent it back, and then someone at our table goes, "Actually, you know what? Leave it. I'll bring it home for the dog." And I snapped, and I said, "No, we do not do that. You either return something because you don't plan on consuming it, or you consume it and you pay for it.
Yeah.
There is no, I don't like it, but leave it. I'll take it."
Right.
I had a friend one time. She said she didn't like something, and then she asked for a to-go box. People are just tacky and are raised by fucking wolves. So if you want to die on that hill, but I would say something because it's uncomfortable when people are rude to waiters.
Yeah.
That's it. Say something. If your friend isn't open to it, if someone said to me, "You were that waiter," then I would try to correct my behavior the next time. Mm-hmm. I don't know. You lose nothing by scolding a friend. What are they going to, maybe they'll be writing in like, "A friend scolded me at dinner. How should I set her world on fire?" Say something. We're all trying to help other people be better people in society.
Right.
I would like to think my friends care enough about me to check me if I was wrong. I'm just so rarely wrong. Mm-hmm. So I don't get checked a lot. Who gonna check me, boo? Who gonna check me, boo? Me, boo. Remember when Sheree said that on Real Housewives? Who gonna check me, boo? It also sounds like a pirate. Who gonna check me, boo?
She said it to like her event planner or something.
Yeah, but I think he also like threatened to hit her, which was inappropriate.
Seems like a lot was going.
It was a lot
in that situation.
It was all really unprofessional. Okay.
I don't know why you're not watching those shows still.
Check
We
your
have so
friends.
much more to talk about.
You know why I don't watch those shows? Because you can take 6 years off and pick up an episode, and the plot is exactly the same. So it doesn't require maintenance
But
viewing.
Denise Richards is going to be on Beverly Hills. Bethany's
Okay,
on
you know
New
what?
York.
Go on Heather McDonald's podcast if you want to talk about that.
I would love to.
Great. Heather, I'm sending her over.
Okay, at Eli Wright 319. I have to ask because I think I know after watching a certain beauty influencer's most recent Insta stories, where do you get your inspiration for Tamblyn?
Tamblyn.
I used to work in a beauty department, and I can say with certainty that Tamblyn was a good representation of 60% of that department.
Honestly, and literally, but like for real, like
Tamblyn is an amalgamation of experiences.
Right.
She is the culling of voices, thoughts, phrases, quotes. Mm-hmm. I've been doing, in some fashion or another,
this voice.
like since I started comedy.
Yes.
And she kind of morphs into different types of women, but she is the existing commentary on a subsect of women. So I've never, and I don't follow any beauty bloggers or Instagram influencers because I'm not an idiot. I don't need like guidance from someone who's just doing it so they can get an endorsement. And I think it's all bullshit. But it's that. So it's not a specific person. What's eerie is that I'll do Tamblyn and I make it up.
Yeah.
I just make it up based on things that I've absorbed. The amount of people that will send me, and I'm not, by the way, out to vilify, even though I just said it was stupid, a particular person, or like, do you? And people will like it and some won't, and that's just democracy. But, and it's capitalism. The amount of people that send me random clips of influencers who are saying or doing exactly what I said.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're ripping me off, and I'm not ripping them off. The point is, it's in the ether.
Right.
So my imitation holds water. If you're offended by it, don't watch me. Like, that's it. It's just a joke. If you want to build a lip gloss empire and endorse
Morning lattes and just being peaceful.
do it. If it helps you and it helps others, great. I won't be watching, and this is where we part ways.
Right.
That's it, folks.
You're not.
So just get set.
It's all a way just to show off how cute you are. The amount of times I see these posts where it's a girl like sucking in, tits out, and she looks hot, but and then the post is like, and I've done stand up about this, but the post is like,
Our inner reflections of outer turmoil and strength inwardly affects my own peace. What's something good you did today?
and I'm like, I zoomed in to see if I could see your nipple. Is that something good? It's just like these pictures that are like borderline like fitness porn, and then it's like,
Be centered. Accomplish the inevitable.
these like Taoist Zen things.
Yeah.
And it's like, and here's my new sneakers and tummy tea.
Right.
So let's call it what it is.
Well, and these people
Horse
that are
flap.
just on there with 80 videos in a row, like, okay, so what we're going to talk about today. And
Wait.
you're-
Also, My favorite is an influencer that would be an influencer. Like people who don't have a lot of followers, but like still try to do that game. It's like you got like 20 likes and like 2 of them are your family.
She's like, today I'm inspiring to do the best version of me, taking in the sunshine.
And I'm like, okay, I was in that parking lot where you took that picture like an hour ago
Right.
buying pee pads for my dog. So the rule for art is that once you put it out there, like it's no longer yours. So you can put that out there and I'm going to put out making fun of it. And
Right.
those are the rules of the game.
But you're never attacking a particular person.
No, because I don't follow any. Like I don't know any. So you know what? People DM me stuff and that's when it gets vicious. They'll be like, oh, LOL, this girl is exactly your Tamblyn. And I'm like, I don't want that girl to think I had her in mind.
Right.
I don't consider you when I do this. It's not pointed. So don't get offended. Because, I also don't think anyone ever thinks it's them. Like the girl I'm imitating is never like,
You know what? I talk in a high voice and pose. She must be making fun of me.
Right. Well, because that girl's like, I have a real business.
I'm a businesswoman. I'm a boss bitch business mama.
I'm like, totally.
Yeah.
That's totally how Kamala Harris defines herself. Snort. You think Bethany Frankel calls her? Oh, she might. But still.
No, she would not.
Real,
How
like,
dare you?
People that are actually like running shit aren't like,
I'm a boss mama, babe.
No, you don't have to talk about what you are because you're doing it.
yeah, in these streets.
You ready for Top of the Cob?
Hit it.
It's the top of the cob. We're doing it right every day. You just take a bite, top of the cob.
Kind of wanting to end on a positive note, so we're going to start with bottom of the cob. My bottom of the cob this week is I have naturally curly hair, which you don't really see ever because I get my hair straightened, and if I'm not getting it straightened, I blow dry it straight. And because I have 4 hairs, it's really easy to blow dry
How
my hair.
curly?
It's curly.
Have I never seen this?
No. You know what? There's a picture when I first started dating Smokey Husky. I wore it curly.
Okay.
I'll show it to you. It's curly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's naturally very curly. And I don't like it. I know by saying that, it's like, oh, don't shame women with natural curls. Hair is beautiful, whatever. I don't like it. I don't like the way it lays. I am a big subscriber of that 90s flat bleach blonde look. I like it. It's my generation. It's fucking what I like. And, but I have really curly hair. And my hair, sometimes I'll take a shower and I don't have the energy to dry it, so I just go to bed with my hair wet. I know it's not great. So I did it last night. I used an Olaplex mask, which is the best. And I went to bed. Even when my hair is straight, my bottom of the cob is this. Somehow, sleeping on my side makes my hair kind of scrunch up above my forehead in this little weird wiglet swirl that looks like I'm wearing a mini toupee. It's never bedhead chic. It's always like it looks like a man's toupee right in the front. I don't know if you've ever seen me in the morning, but it looks like somebody just smushed my head and my hair made this weird sort of barn roof squiggle. And it's not attractive. And it looks like I was wearing a toupee and I sweat a lot, so the end got really curly and you can see like where the line is.
I have a hair tip for you
'Kay.
that I learned from Jackie Johnson of Natch Butte. Jonathan Van Ness told her.
Thanks for endorsing another podcast.
Well, because this is
I'm
a good
kidding.
tip. So he told her, you're supposed to put your hair on top of your head in a pineapple.
Yeah, I've done
in a
that.
scrunchie, but apparently like it makes a big difference over time in terms of like breakage and losing hairs because and you
Oh.
want to save your hairs because when you're laying there the heat is pressing up against it, but if you put it up in a little pineapple shape, it makes a big difference.
I was always taught that that was for volume, which is great if you have straight hair, and so I will do that. Thank you
try that.
for that tip, but I don't like the front. I usually I'll just blow dry the first like 1,500 hairs in the front of my head. Just the bangs, because the way it frames my face is hideous. So I've never woken up like, so chic bedhead. It's always this scrunched, like worm rectum. All right, what's your bottom?
My bottom is that when it's really cold in the morning and you put on a jacket and then you're outside and it's hot, but now you can't get your sweater off and it's hard.
There is that. You're like, ooh, cozy morning. And then you get in your car like you're like a lobster in a boiling pot. Like, it's heating up.
And then you got the AC on.
Trying to
you
have a
know, it's
cozy
like-
morning. Yeah.
And then you're turning the AC on, and then you're like, it's too cold. You turn it off, you turn it back on.
You know what
It's
that's
tough.
called? Climate change.
I mean, the Earth is killing us.
No,
as
we are killing
deserve.
the
We're
Earth.
killing the Earth, so Earth's trying to get us out of here.
We deserve this hellscape we've
We
created.
do.
Top of the cob. This is me tooting my own horn a little bit.
Oh.
But I've been on this real mission to reduce waste, and we don't use paper towels in my house anymore. I'm not saying I deserve a medal, but I am letting you know what I'm doing. Real guilty conscience about plastic. I make sure I never get plastic straws. I try to bring my own thing. I don't take. I was on the airplane. They gave me a plastic bottle. I asked for a drink in a glass. I was sitting in first class, so I could make that demand. But I was like, I don't need a bottle of water.
No.
Now that I think about it, they are pouring it out of a bottle, but still, it's not. The little droplets they give you are like 3 sips.
Yeah.
I really just try to always do glass. Anyway, and within that, one of the things about saving the planet is eating less meat.
Yeah.
And I've found myself not craving meat and chicken the way I used to. I used to think, we need to get protein. I have to say, out of the last 12 meals I've had, I think 10 of them have been vegetarian. And I don't even want meat. I didn't have any meat yesterday. That's not true. I had some chicken and some beef. Okay. But
You had
in
two
general,
meat.
but I had like a veggie patty at lunch. Like I find myself not craving meat, and it's all part of this mindset. And I never thought I'd be that way because I like it so much. Eating better meat that's more expensive less often is a great way to make an impact. And I feel good about that.
Carl's Jr. now has a
Impossible
vegan
burger?
patty. Not the Impossible. They have the Beyond Burger.
Beyond Burger?
Prefer the Impossible.
Impossible is outstanding. I went yesterday. I didn't miss it. I even got vegan cheese on it. As long as you're
It's
sort
texture.
of, yeah, your
It's
brain
fine.
kind of gets the idea, and it's cool. Mushrooms are a meaty substitute.
Oh, a portobello, big
Tasty.
one. Love it.
Anyway, we're gonna go after this and get a veggie patty at Hugo's because it's tasty. So that's it. I felt really good about. I genuinely have recalibrated the way that I crave food.
That's great. My top of the cob is that I love going out for breakfast. I love 11 a.m. You get eggs and you get toast and you get a pancake or whatever.
This-
a little
you're
mixture in a breakfast.
You have to put thought into this.
I'm serious.
like
when you go out
breakfast.
for breakfast, you get so many little bits and pieces from the food.
Do you like
pyramid.
Japanese food? Because that's a very compartmentalized meal.
I don't
never
like
had it.
rice.
Okay. Well, that's our show, folks. Thanks for listening.
Need turkey tips? Our Butterball Turkey Talk line is open. We'll help with what's on the table so you can focus on those around it. Call 1-800-BUTTERBALL or text 844-877-3456. Butterball. Today, we turkey.